Okay, so what I wanted to talk about was the fact that if you have a high treasonous president, it's not conceivable within your mind until it's occurred. And our country wants wants and doesn't want it to occur, because once you realize you have a high treasonous president, you're going to have to replace him and have the sequence of powers take place. That means Joe Biden, the House of Representatives, Secretary of State, and then it goes on per Congress. And you know it from the Secretary of State that screwed up in Reagan's presidency when he was shot. Bush was on an airplane and communication ceased for a minute, and Secretary of State took over, and it was incorrect because Bush was actually president. Now here's our situation. I have a president who has been character analyzed for months, uh, thinking that this is no big deal and that this isn't going to erupt in his face. And his name is Barack Hussein Obama. And I have heard him in all voices. And one thing I know is this, is that based upon attacking a citizen as a president, you automatically incur a charge called high treason. Now, as we are dealing with, under my knowledge, we are dealing with a acting traitor, and as being an acting traitor, who is president during the time of knowledge? Now, what I have done in intelligence, I put it up on a blog so that, assuming I am just gotten rid of, uh, killed, because that you can't do anything with his intelligence anymore, disposed of. Uh, I assume presidency, and for these period of times, I'm president. And now the problem is this: is that how is that possible? You have to be 35 years old to be president. I'm only 26, but there is nobody at this point of time with integrity enough to assume the presidency of the United States. So what I do is I do it per knowledge and information war. And when everything hits the fan and knowledge is given out, there was an individual who said that he was American president. Now, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, to Nancy Pelosi, the House of Representatives, which takes place after the Secretary of State, they cannot be trusted because every voice has been transmitted through my mind and has tried to war with my intellectualism. And at that point, at my ego, at that point, there is no trust in the executive cabinet anymore. I've been communicated to that President Obama has abided to illegal practices and is scared of the Department of Energy and DARPA. His relationship between Leon Panetta, probably, and other information he has. We elected an individual who was not qualified. I'm more qualified than him. We have raised a group of individuals, of young individuals that are prepared for work. And I tell you this right now, I am more qualified than him to hold his position. Everything I have seen of him has been his real personality, because he believed it's a male thing. He believed that he was going to get away with it. So I can see and I can character analyze your real personality via this grand technology accomplishment that has occurred over this year of torture under MK Ultra. And it has gotten so famous to where he had to participate. And when he participated, he's been found at weakness, because what he's found is somebody who is in God that will not relinquish it. but has a God complex, but will not relinquish it, who has a mental illness, who has overcame it. So all of your geniuses and your manic depressives that you worship in life, you even worship, I'm manic depressive, but everybody you worship, Beethoven, they interfere with the mind like that, and they chose the wrong individual. They became intrigued, and for a year I've gone through MK Ultra, and the accomplishments that I've made by not giving up my ego as a black citizen. I don't want to say black citizen because it goes beyond that, because I'm pissed off at everybody that has interfered with my mind, and that's half black, half white. And whether or not you're black or you're white doesn't matter. It's how I can bug you. And I'm going to bug you with, if I go online and I find information, personal information on you, and it's tabloid type, and they're attacking my ego at instantaneous rates, my mind, it hurts their self-esteem. So I know how to hurt their self-esteem. When you're playing a video game, all you know is that all I can do is hurt this individual's self-esteem. I have a controller. I can shoot him on Ghost Recon or Halo or whatever game you want to imagine it. I could beat you on this video game, but in your mind, all I can do is destruct your self-esteem and your ego. Now, this is how far it's gone in terms of mind-to-computer interface. There are people that are arguing in mind-to-computer interface that are trying to destruct my ego, but the only way to do it is through torture. And I've been going through it by myself, and you cannot prove it. But at the beginning, it was very easy because they respected me as a body, in a military way. It went from a military way, although I don't want to say it's military, because when it's military, it starts in respect. It started under MK Ultra, in which I had to differentiate what is real and what is not real. And I have providence my knowledge so well to the point in which I am able to not incur mental illness based upon what is not real, but what I do experience, which is laser communication and also sound communication. And they try to project themselves as real and for you to take them on as real, but in order to get through that, you have to say they are not real, but I am just experiencing it. So it took a high intelligence that's all over Navy computer, in which I say they have to live up to. If you look at Navy computer through my eyes, you have to imagine the technology we have now. They can plug me into a device and make me a fighter pilot, and I can control the plane with my mind. Nobody can deny that in ego, because I have drove it to truth, and I have drove it to your liability at the end of the day. So it went from fucking around to, okay, we're liable. Okay, all he talks in is truth. I will find you as coward, especially Hollywood, and that's the problem. Hollywood is not strong enough to be in my mind. And then they say, oh, well, we can find another individual who is stronger than you. But then they say every individual that we researched that went under your torture is dead or put in a mental hospital for waste. And I am so protected that per communication, I can only be 5150. And I don't want to be that. As long as you know your rights. I had the police called on me more than one time, and I was on the ground, and they came in, and out of nowhere, you have sheriffs over you. I do not want to be 5150. I'm sorry, I'm too intelligent. And I'll undergo this process, and I'll have it communicated and shared in a legal way, as I've gone through it all the way through by myself. And I've incurred sheriffs trying to 5150 me, FBI. It's gone into something that, if you can tell his intelligence, he's smarter than Barack Obama. I'm smarter than your president. He is not as smart as you think he is. It's propaganda. I'm sorry, he's dumb, because it's going to come out. Per my communication with him, he's an idiot based upon the information that he let out. Do not say this, because you're going to be found guilty in a court of law. Now, I have an ability to trick you to say if you are guilty or not. So if you're hiding back scared under this prestigious machine, that so quote unquote prestigious machine that they built, you have no way out. There is no way out, because you admitted guilt. I will force you to admit guilt, and that is the entire spectrum of my Navy computer recording and straight line evidence. I am just going to force you into admitting that you are guilty based upon mind tricks. I'm going to... It goes like... Okay. This guy says, "Oh, I'm John Malkovich. I'm a racist son of a bitch, and my image cannot be... It cannot be overcome." Have you seen American X? Then you'll understand me or abide me more. Now, the thing is that I don't give a damn what your image is. It's how smart you are. And if you're a dumb shit, you're a dumb shit. And that's what I've encountered, is that there is not an intellect higher than mine, other than if you're going to start laughing at your circumstances. If you look at Reno 911 or any self-deprecation comedy or Trading Places, you have to understand that there's an intellect that laughs and is smarter than you. And I can hide in laughter. I can hide in irony. I can hide in a lot of human characteristics to trick you. I can suspend my brain to the point in which they're trying to discover what's going on. I can take what they want and suspend it in a weapon mode, because it's not going to destroy my brain, as in an attack against my self-esteem as a black individual. But I can hold your racism. I can hold their racism, and then I can suspend it. And then while I'm suspending it, they think it's working. I'm reading them. I can come back after they've screwed up and given information, and then they say, "Oh my goodness, he was tricking us. It never was what it was." Because I can suspend information, change it, warp it, because it's my imagination. They've gone so far to it. It's just your imagination. It's pretty much plug your head into a machine and control a F-16 jet. Other than that, he's under MK Ultra, and we may have to kill him. So, like I say, I'm either living or dying as best as I can, and I put this up for FBI intelligence, CIA, Senate, and even future executive intelligence, because I've contacted the entire Senate. I have contacted the entire FBI, all of ATF, alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and explosives.